Alright, did a trip radar. This will be number 16 out of 20 for that quest. I only have 6 more rejects, so I have to be really careful. This was $5.08 to go to Firehouse Subs and go 2.7 miles. Okay, we got a DoorDash now, $8.25 to go 4 miles and pick up at Tijuana Flats. I'm doing a terrible order to get me back where I want to be as far as zoning is concerned, and it'll be number 17 out of 20 on Uber Eats, and I only have 4 more rejects, so I figured whatever, if it's taking me where I want to go, it is what it is. It's like $4.63 to go 4 miles, but like I said, it's gonna get me closer to where I want to be, so might as well get paid to go where I was gonna go anyway. Maybe we'll get a stack, who knows. Alright, going to Slim Chickens. I'm just gonna act as though the next 3 orders have $10 added to them. Because I've taken pretty much fair orders, except for ones that were positioning orders. It's not like I was just taking a whole bunch of crap orders expecting this extra money. But at this point, I need 3 more orders, which after this one, I'll only need 2 more. And I only have 1 reject left. So at this point, but the thing is, the last couple orders that they sent me a $10 order for 15 miles. That was a decline. And then they had sent me a $7 order for 7 miles that I was going to take, that I hit accept. And then it said something went wrong and it took it from me and acted as though that was a reject. That's not fair. And then there was like a $3 one. I'm not doing any $3 orders. That's ridiculous. So whatever. This one came up as a trip radar, which I can take it or leave it, but it was $7 even to go like 6.8 miles, and the area that I have to deliver it to is not, I can take more orders there, it's not that big of a deal. And it was like 4 of those miles are just to Slim Chickens, and it'll be ready when I get there, so whatever. We're gonna do that, and like I said, if I add the $10 to it, it makes it a $17 order for 6.8 miles, and that's a really good friggin' order. So we're just gonna do that. Hello. Yeah, you're welcome. And there you go.
Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, I used my last reject because they wanted to give me an order for $3.60 to go 16 miles. Even if I added $10 to that order, that is still upside down. That's ridiculous. That's one of the most ridiculous orders I've ever gotten. Anywho, so I just took a $10 for 10 miles, which if we go by what I just said is really $20 for 10 miles to go to Shake Shack. And it's 2 miles to Shake Shack, and I was going in this direction anyway, so sure. And then after that, I have to take whatever the next order is that they send me. So let's just hope it's not some BS talking about like $5.42 to go like 22 miles. But we all know the technology can hear us. So how much you want to bet that's exactly what they give me next? And if that's the case, forget it. What would be the point? What would be the point? Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. So that would have been my 40th reject, which it was. But for whatever reason, I thought it meant that you got 40 rejects, not less than 40. But now I can't see it on the top. So it's as though I'm completely out of this quest. So I'm taking this order for nothing, but whatever. I got an add-on while I was in there for $8.02 to go an extra 5.3 miles. So I went ahead and took it. And it just sucks because, like, had I known, like, when it says 40 rejects, I thought you get 40 rejects, not 39. That doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm annoyed. Like I said, it is what it is, whether I make it or not, because I'm not, like, taking orders like that I wouldn't normally take. But at this point, when it was like, I thought I had that other reject and over one reject, because with this add-on, that's my 20 orders. So I just think that that's kind of crappy, that over one order, and you know that they do that kind of stuff on purpose, knowing that you are down to, like, your last couple of rejects. So they give you an order like $3.60 to go 16 miles. That's bogus. That's bogus on any day. But to give that, knowing that nobody's taking that, even whatever bonus money they were giving me was not worth taking that. That's what's annoying. It's the principle of it. Oh, I am 15 minutes away from the first drop-off. Okay, I stopped for a little while because I needed to pick up some things at Target before I went home. And this next order that I decided to take is going to take me pretty much up close to where I need to be to get home. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's $13 and, I don't know, maybe like 25 cents or 75 cents, something like that, to pick up like 13 items over here at Sprouts, and then to take it like 8 miles. But like I said, it's going to be taking me towards home. So yeah, I don't mind. It is what it is. I mean, I'd be driving home anyway, so might as well make a little money. All right, that's a night for me. I'm gonna go pick up some Mickey D's for my kiddos, for a little late night dinner. If I didn't mention it before, which I know I didn't mention it before, today is my son's birthday. He turned 8 today, and so we celebrated a bunch this morning. Took him to Dunkin' Donuts, let him pick out a whole dozen donuts, and we sang him happy birthday, let him blow out his candle, and opened some gifts, and spent a little bit of time with him this morning before I left for work. And I would have taken today off for his birthday if we weren't going on vacation, which is kind of his big gift. All the things that we're going to be able to do on vacation. So I couldn't really, why are you, that's cool. I'm just going to go around you. And he understands. So all of what we did this morning plus some McDonald's when I come home will be good enough for him. Anyway, I made $211.16 today, which altogether isn't terrible, being that I started at 11. My morning shift, I made $111.25 to get me $23.42 an hour. my night shift, then I made $99.91, averaging out at $19.98 an hour. Average today, I made $21.66 an hour, and I did $1.62 per mile. So overall, a very successful day. I very much appreciate you guys being here, supporting me, watching me, because I know you don't have to. But if you could go ahead and go the extra mile and give me that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, comment, do all the things, and until next time, have a good one. Bye.